Okay, hopefully y'all can hear me. It's the first time I'm using this new mic. I had to get me another mic because the other one messed up. So anyways, this video, what I'm going to do is we've got 3D Speed. It's the new name. It used to be called, it's still 3D that made it, but it was called HD Speed. But it's supposed to be the same product as I understand. I don't think they changed anything, especially not significantly, so it should still perform the same. If you haven't heard about this product, it used to be a very popular and highly talked about product, and I think it's one that's just, you know, kind of been pushed out, but it certainly is still an amazing product as far as what it does. So the actual correcting ability, because it was argued that all it was doing was filling, that it wasn't actually correcting, but you know, it's been proven it does, you know, do some correction, more, I would say arguably more than than a lot of the other all-in-one products, right? The ones that, you know, is supposed to, you know, do a little cut, finish out, you know, really far, and then leave some type of protection behind. I mean, I've tested out several, and this is one that's it just works really well, especially if you're a mobile detailer, which I still am sometimes, and if you're in the unfortunate situation where you've got to work out in, you know, direct sunlight, even if it's not direct sunlight, if it's just 90-something degrees, you know, even in the shade, you know, compounds and polishes and all-in-ones can still, you know, not perform, you know, as advertised or as they, you know, are meant to, because, you know, pretty much all of them say do not use, you know, in direct sunlight. But this is one that it's been, you know, proven over and over again, not so much by me, but as other people. You can look up other videos where, you know, other guys have used this in direct sunlight on, you know, scorching hot panels, and have had really good results with it, and it still be an easy wipe off. And that's the thing, is that this is, I mean, one of the easiest wipe offs that you could ever ask for. And so, you know, the way that, and it says correction glaze, and usually glaze is associated with filling capabilities. I can't remember why they said they put that in there, but it really does do correction. And then it's not a carnauba wax. What is it here? Some kind of like wax from Montan wax. And I think that's made from like fossils or something. But anyways, it's more durable than carnauba wax, but still supposed to leave you know, a nice high shine. It's just more durable, you know, meaning that, you know, vehicles that are going to be out in direct sunlight, the panels get hot, this isn't going to break down in those high temperatures like carnauba wax normally does. So it's just a good all-around product. So what I'm going to do is I'm about to apply it. I say apply it, you know, I'm going to do, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there is some light, you know, fine scratching, and there's some water spots. And so I am going to try to get that out or greatly improve it, because I know this is capable of it, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. The main thing that I'm really wanting to see or test from this is I want to see the durability that I can get on something, a vehicle that is outside. It's not garage. It's outside all the time, in the elements, you know, in the sunlight. And so I want to see how long it'll last. So I'm gonna put it on the hood here. All right. So I've got I believe this is the Lake Country CCS pads. I've been ordering them off of Amazon, but you can get them on AutoGeek and things. And I found them just to be really good pads for the price. I mean, they're pretty cheap, and they work and they last. But so we've got on one of those pads. You know, it's like a medium light cutting pad. This is a 21 millimeter dual action polisher. And one thing I'll say is, like, especially in this situation, you know, I'm not in direct sunlight, it's not real hot in here. I could work a pretty big section. I probably will work a decent sized section. Let me see what y'all are saying. You know, if you are in direct sunlight, you know, you could probably get away with it. But you know, you usually always, especially like cutting wise, get the best results doing like a, you know, 2x2 or 3x3. Didn't mean to do that. I don't use this polisher that much, so the way that it turns on, which I don't mind it, just not used to it. Where you gotta pull the trigger in and then turn your speeds up. I don't know if y'all seen that, but I just slung a little bit, but that was my fault. I know better. And so one of the, you know, things that I really like about this is that, you know, you could, I mean, really you could just, you know, apply this like a wax if you want to. If you just want to get, you know, some decent protection, some good gloss, then, you know, this could be used, you know, just as a wax. Just apply it with, you know, you just buzz over it. I'd already, you know, just me spreading it out right then is all, you know, it would have taken to apply it basically. And then you can wipe it right off. This one you don't have to wait or anything, and it's super easy to wipe off. But what I was getting at is one of the things that I like is that it's so variable, because this doesn't have the diminishing abrasives in it, meaning that that they stay the same. And I'll be honest with you, I think we're going to come to find out, or starting to, that diminishing abrasives don't actually work as good in practice as it sounds. You know, it's a great idea, and in theory, you know, it would be better. But anyways, so that is, you know, that fact that the abrasives on here don't break down. And so basically what I'm saying is that you can, the longer that you keep going, that you want to keep going, you know, it's going to continue to do work and actually keep cutting, but at the same time, it's able to finish out. I mean, like I said, you don't have to work it a certain amount of time in order to get it to the abrasives to break down and finish out. Like I said, you just apply it like a wax and wipe it off. You're still going to get some gloss. And I'll tell you, I don't know about y'all, but you know, there's a decent amount of customers that, you know, especially around here, that all the time, you know, hey, how much would it be to, you know, clean up outside my truck and just do a buff and wax? Well, most of the time I explain to them that, you know, a buff and a wax is usually, around here anyways, a guy with a rotary, a wool pad, and a compound with a ton of fillers in it. But this is what I would call paint enhancement, is using a product like this. And so a lot of times, you know, guys or people will have oxidation on their car because they haven't kept on it all that, or kept up on it all that well. But they don't want it. They're not interested in true correction per se. They would be plenty happy, and always are, with just you simply removing the oxidation. You know, because that's always a noticeable difference. And this product is definitely one that can remove the oxidation for you. Like I said, it's just a matter of you, I mean, the wipe off is so easy, so smooth. It's just a matter of you, you know, taking a little more time. You know, you're probably not going to be able to quickly buzz over it, like just apply it, like I was saying, apply it like a wax and wipe it off. You will have to spend a little more time, like what I just did, or maybe even slightly longer, depending on how bad it's oxidized. But the point I was getting to is, in those situations, I mean, yeah, it might remove, you know, some of the light scratches, swirls, or whatever, but really telling you, most everybody, the majority of customers, are more than happy with, you know, a product like this, where, you know, like I said, if you remove the oxidation, or even if they don't have oxidation, and it will enhance, you know, the gloss and the shine on vehicles that haven't been kept up that well. And, you know, and then it leaves some protection behind, and so it saves you time. And so, you know, I know especially like starting out, I know some other guys have struggled with it as like I did, where, you know, even though I'd come across people and they'd say just that, I just want a buff and a wax. And, you know, and so they're not wanting to spend a lot of money, not much at all. But, you know, I'm sitting there and doing because I have a passion for it and I know there's something better, you know, I'm end up doing at least a one-step polish on it, and then coming back and putting, you know, a sealant or something on it. And it's taken me twice as long when, for the amount that they're paying, this is, you know, this is all I should have been doing. And when I started doing it, I figured that out. I mean, that was it, because I was, you know, losing money. I wasn't making any money when I was doing that. You know, I was doing it to please myself. Problem is that, you know, every single time when I'd get the money handed to me, and I'd be like, man, this was not worth, you know, all the time and the energy I just put into that. Because now the majority of those people, they drive away and they're the type, you know, if you do see them again, it probably won't be for 6 months, a year. You know, they're not regular customers that are interested in maintaining their vehicle on a regular basis. And even though, you know, I would know that there's no way that this HD speed is going to last, you know, 6 months, you know, probably not even 6 months, definitely not a year, it's fine, because, you know, for the money they're wanting to pay, you know, there's got to be a line. But like I said, every single one of them, haven't had the first person like, hey man, no, you know, it's still got swirls or scratches in it, or, you know, every time they're blown away, because like I said, it's a noticeable difference. And even in this situation here, hopefully y'all are going to be able to see the difference here. And, you know, I purposely you know, have induced kept protection off this and induced, you know, that wash induced scratching, because you can see it, hopefully you can see it straight lines, and so that's how, you know, I can tell that I put it in there, because I am the only one that, you know, washes and maintains the vehicle. But I've wanted to do that on, you know, my personal vehicles, just so I could, you know, really test products and actually be able to tell a difference on my own. But so then you come over here, and there is still some of the, you know, water spots, so I'd probably have to go at it again to get the heavier water spots, and I don't think it's showing up as well on camera. Let me see if I use my, I don't think it's showing up as well on camera as it is in person, because there is a noticeable difference. And I know I didn't do a actual 50-50 line or anything, but maybe that'll show up. But I promise you, it did enhance the paint. And this exact situation right here, you know, basically what you see me do as far as time wise that I just put into it, and, you know, the pad and the product, but, you know, mainly, you know, you don't have to have the exact same polisher or pad. But anyways, basically the time that I just put into it, that right there is basically enough to satisfy at least a lot of the people around here. I mean, it's not, the majority of the people, you know, that come to me are not wanting, you know, 2-step, 3-step correction, you know, to try to get the paint in its best possible shape, and then, you know, a ceramic coating on everything, and so, you know, that's more rare because it's more rare that, you know, there's fewer people that actually care about their vehicle that much and look at it as an investment. And so, you know, I don't know if any of y'all are just starting out or haven't been doing it that long and are having that issue, because it's definitely one that I had. and I know a lot of other guys have had when they're starting out, and you know, it's kind of a hard habit to break, but I'm pretty sure it was me hearing someone else talk about it for the first time in a video, and it really, you know, hit home to me and was like, okay, you know, I'm not wrong, I'm not, you know, cheating these people by doing it. Really what I'm doing is you know, all they're paying for, probably even more in some cases, or definitely back then, because I was taking less money, charging less, and that's something you got to do when you're starting out. You know, a lot of times, I definitely did, is take less money than I would have liked, because, you know, I definitely believe that something is better than nothing. And so if I didn't have another job to do that was paying more, I was better off to do something instead of nothing, as long as I wasn't losing money. But like I said, in situations where I would spend, you know, twice, 3 times the amount of time that I was getting paid for, and I would feel like, you know, I'm losing money or not making money at all, then that is a complete waste of time and energy. And you know, hopefully, because this video wasn't about that, like I said, the main thing I'm wanting to see from this, I mean, you know, if y'all can see that there was a difference, that enhanced the paint, great, or you can just take my word for it. But the main thing I'm wanting to see, and I'm going to follow up on, is how long this is going to last on the paint, or noticeably last, you know. So, because I can tell you, I didn't show it in the video, but when I washed this just earlier, I mean, the water was completely flat. There was absolutely nothing on the panel, no protection whatsoever. So anything that we see from this point forward, and I will come out with another video. I won't be able to do it in this one, but I'll come out with another video showing you know, the water behavior right after I applied this. Cause this video is already long enough. But anyways, like always, guys, I always encourage y'all to leave comments of any kind. I just enjoy reading them and interacting with anybody that I can on here. Like I said, you know, if I can help anybody on here, it makes me, you know, feel like it's worth my time, because I'm not getting paid for it. The one thing you can do, and I need to start saying, is that if you can take the second, because not everybody has time to write a comment, I know, but if you can take the second to hit the thumbs up button, that does help me, so I do appreciate that. But other than that, guys, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me, always. Until the next one, guys, either be good or be good at it.